Oh my goodness, I've been talking this whole time. I forgot to unmute my mic. Thank you so much, Tap Cybersecurity. I feel like a dummy. So, okay. Quick recap of what's been going on, because I evidently have been talking to myself. So we're doing task 12, day 12, task 18. And so we went over the defense in depth, what it is. And so we're going to be learning about it. We went over what we need here, an attack box, or if you have a Kali Linux. And I went over how to connect VPN, to the VPN. So we went to this website here, which is Jenkins over here. And we copied the script once we got to the manage and script console. So we copied the script and put it in here, put our IP address. And now we're at the next part. So we're on our console and we're running netcat, which we are listening now. Oh yeah, that would totally suck. I can understand that. Well, at least in the video you can see what I'm doing. There's music in the background, and you can kind of understand what's going on. So at least I got that going for me. So we'll start netcat. We're listening. So let's minimize this guy. We're gonna minimize this because we're gonna go. We're gonna put this right here. Over here because I really want to show. Okay. So we got a little bit there. Okay. So now that we have this in here, and I got this over here, we should see the connection take place once I hit run. So once once both the reverse shell script and the netcat listener are ready, press run. So, yep. Bam, look, connection from to. So, now we got a connection. So, who am I? I'm Jenkins. So right now we're connected, and if I run a couple commands, it's gonna give me, which, look at that, we already got secret.key.notsosecret. So we have some information we can end up looking into. So let's just keep going with this and see where TryHackMe is leading us. Now that we have a web shell with Jenkins, we can explore the server's contents for things that we can use to improve our shell and perhaps elevate our privileges. Check the usual folders and you will be able to find an interesting bash script file in the opt scripts folder named backup.sh. Check the contents of this file and you will find a simple implementation of backing up the essential components of Jenkins and then sending it to the folder home/Tracy/backup via SCP. This file also contains the credentials of the user Tracy. So if we do pwd, it tells us where we're at. So we're in var, lib, and Jenkins. And pwd is print working directory. So anytime you're not sure exactly where you're at, or you're in this kind of situation where you don't have the indications that tell you where you're at, you can do pwd and that'll give you your current location basically. So if we go to cd / it's telling us to go to, or let's, you know what, for funsies, let's go cd/home, see what we got in there. So we got admin and Tracy. According to TryHackMe, they want us to head to Tracy, so let's head over that way. /home/Tracy. Since this is a simple reverse shell, we really don't have tab completion, so we do have to type everything out. So let's head in there. Permission denied. Interesting. So let's see. So if we go to cd/opt/scripts, and I got to spell it right, and we don't have that either. cd/home or opt/scripts. Will it let me? Oh, yeah, it did. So back up. So let's cat back up sh. So looking over this, there's our password. So what it's saying is it's running the script. So basically what's going is they hard-coded the password and the credentials into this script, which is a big no-no, because if somebody does this and looks at it, oh no, I got this now. So we got this. So if we open another terminal and get bigger so you can see, not too big. So let's grab the IP address, go SSH, Tracy. That was, oh, not Tracy at Control Shift. And password is Control Shift. I always got to remember to do Control Shift in it, or else adds that little bit to it. So now we've elevated to Tracy, and we're no longer Jenkins. So Control L to clear it out. Let's do ls. Got backups. Let's take a look. ls backups, and now we're in. So we have the backup press file. So let's just do gun zip. That will unzip that file, and I'm pretty sure I'm jumping ahead. So, okay. So what it's saying here, before I get too far ahead. So ls. So we got a tarball file. Okay, so let's see. Finally, we are using sudo. We'll use sudo tech l. Now that we've gone through and upgraded our user in shell, open a new terminal, log in via SSH. The SCP command is a clue that SSH may be used on the server. Yep, because it's basically doing SSH pass.acp. So it's SSHing using the credentials we got here, and yeah, so that's what they're doing. Enter the password. Now we're going to do sudo tac l. So it's sudo tac l, and Tracy. Do I still have that saved? Okay. So Tracy, user Tracy may run the following commands on Jenkins. All and all. So right now that's telling us that they have unlimited access to Jenkins, which we could attempt to end up using for our own purposes here. So all line output essentially says that all commands can be performed by Tracy using sudo. This means that the user is created with the inherently privileged access. As such, we can just enter the command sudo su and we're root. So su. Oh look, we're root. So who am I? Even though it says it right there, root. And so now we have unfettered access completely to the system. And we could go in and find, like I could actually go cd/home/admin. I'm in. ls tech la. All that. So we have a bunch of information. Why is that? A little bit bigger. Let's run that command. That a little bit. Sudo as admin 6. So that's what that's. So just exit for a second. We're back at Tracy. So what I did is I just went back as Tracy, no longer root. The defense in depth and its role in hardening. From the attacking point of view, we were able to get straightforward root access to the server. This is bad news for defenders since the goal is to make it as hard for the attacker as possible to get what they want. In the next section of this task, we will establish defensive layers that aim to work together, with each layer making it more complicated for the attacker to achieve their aims. Defense in depth is all about creating defensible environments whereby security controls are meant to deter the bad actors from achieving their main goal. Notice that the emphasis isn't on never getting compromised, rather it is on making sure that the bad actors don't succeed. This way, even if one or more defense layers get bypassed, the stacking alone of these layers makes it much harder for the bad actors. Sometimes this is actually enough for bad actors to try and minimize their loss and move on to easier targets. Guided hardening of the server. Going back to our attack exercise from earlier, we discovered that root is very easy to achieve because there is full trust with the server environment. Moreover, a removal of Tracy from the pseudo group. We should always follow the principles of least privilege, especially for systems in production. In this example, the user Tracy is made in such a way that it has the same privileges as admin. This gives the user more flexibility. However, it also runs the risk of misuse not only by the owner of the account, but also those who gain access to this account. We did. So, to remove Tracy from the pseudo group, we use the following commands. So they stayed as admin. So password. Actually put the password in. Password. Oh, they redacted that because there's probably some this is some information I'm gonna have to put in that answers. So enter the password. So what they ended up doing is, oh, Okay, so back here, I'm already admin in Jenkins. I forgot I already did that, so that's why I was looking. So scrolling back down here. So we're going to go sudo del user, which means delete user, Tracy, sudo. So this basically says we are taking Tracy out of the sudo group. Bam, done. So sudo tac L tac capital U Tracy. User Tracy is not allowed to run sudo on Jenkins. So we've effectively taken sudo access away. So if I go back here to Tracy, I should not be able to go sudo su, if I spell it right. Sudo su. Oh, I still can. I must, let's see. Changes to Tracy account won't affect current active sessions, so we can test them by logging in again. So if I go exit, and we'll try logging back in as Tracy. I don't remember what her password was for a second. Now we're in. Okay, so we're gonna do sudo su. Oh, we gotta add her password. Let's do it. Oh, Tracy's not a sudo user. So, and the incident has been reported. Wah wah wah. Shame on you, Tracy. So that change alone made all the difference between achieving root and staying with the user Tracy. Now the attacker is left with three immediate options. Further enumerate the server for a possible route to root within the user Tracy. Find a way to move laterally within the system to a user with a possible route to root access, or find a different target. So actually, if we do sudo tac L like we did before, and we add Tracy's password again, it says there again, sorry, user Tracy may not run sudo on Jenkins. So now we literally went from this up here when we ran it down to sorry. So the path, hardening SSH, the path to root has been made more complicated for the attacker, but that doesn't mean we should stop here. Attackers can be very creative in finding all sorts of ways to accomplish privileged escalation. Any additional layer will make it a lot harder for the bad actors to achieve their objectives. Remember that as attackers, we were able to use SSH in this server to move laterally from one lower level to one lower level user. In light of this, we can disable password-based SSH logins, so we can thwart the possibility of an SSH login via compromised plaintext credentials that are just lying around, as we saw over here. So, in the admin shell, go to admin. So we're going to go to cd. Okay, so we're going to do vi, because I like to use that, /etc /sshd config. Pull that up, and we are going to, oh, it's in read only. Okay, so I gotta run sudo with that. There we go. Now I can add. So need to secure this shell. So to disable tunneling, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be password. Let's just scroll down real quick because I'm password or answer. So what's the SSH flag? I'm pretty sure it's this right here. Copy. Go here. Bam. Okay. Just so I don't have to pull that up later when we get to it, but I probably will anyway. So now that we're in here, okay. Edit the file using your favorite text editor. Remember, use sudo, which I did not, and you saw what happened. Find the line that says password authentication, yes. So what I like to do when I'm trying to search using Vim is I hit the / and then I just start typing password, and I see authentication. You don't need to type it all out, but once you hit enter, it's going to find that. There's another one. There's another one. And there it is. So there was at least 2 instances of password authentication in there, but we were looking for the password authentication yes, and change it to no. So what we're going to do is we hit I to do insert mode, and backspace to make that active, arrow keys, then change it to no. Hit escape, it comes to this, and then a little trick, if I remembered correctly, that someone just taught me, is there's 2 ways that I know of to save in Vim or VI. Either :WQ will save and quit, or Shift ZZ will do the same thing. Shift ZZ is a lot quicker, as you can see. If you ever need to exit without, if we do that again, and we need to exit without, you'll do : which you can see down here at the bottom, : Q exclamation point, and that will quit without save. It is a game changer. So glad that I use Vim now. So remove the # and change yes to no. Next, find the line that says, oh, I'm not even done. So next we're going to find the line that says include, and there it is, include. So hit enter. Now that we're here, include the, change it to, so insert mode, #, then exit button, or exit, whatever, ESC. Now that we've commented that out, so make sure save the file, then enter the command sudo systemctl restart ssh. So shift SEZ, we're gonna do sudo systemctl restart ssh. Actually, what we're gonna notice here is Tracy's gonna go bye-bye. Should drop her, or at least the connection, because SSH is starting, or is restarting. So any connections made to it should potentially be dropped. I could be wrong here. Okay, you should see the effect immediately when you log out of Tracy in your attacking machine and try logging in again via SSH. So once again, I'm wrong. So let's go exit. Go over here. Let's grab her password again. Copy. We're going to try to log in as Tracy. Oh no, permission denied. So, example of editing the SSH. So this is egrep, so it's finding all this and changing it. So that's a way to do it. The egrep command shows what the line within the file should look like. You can same command to see been successful. We were successful. Found it. So yep, then we got that. It's worth noting that applying this hardening step assumes that there are other ways for users to log into the system. Admin account included, and it usually involves the setup of a passwordless SSH login. However, for our purposes, we can opt not to do that anymore. So, and that's what we've pretty much done. We turned off the password authentication. And you could use something like a key pair and public and private key to authenticate. So those are always fun. Stronger password policies. Another pivot point emphasized in our attack exercise earlier was the plain text password discovery that led to the SSH, access to a higher privileged user. Two immediate things are apparent here. The password is weak, and we may be susceptible to a brute force attack, and the user employed bad password practices, putting plain text credentials on a script and leaving it lying around for anyone within server access to see. You can apply a strong password policy requiring the user to change their password and make it compliant on their next password or login. However, it's solely up to the user to prevent bad password practices. Furthermore, plain text credentials, despite following a strong password policy, may still be used to move laterally shell access that we got initially. Care really should be exercised when dealing with secrets, especially ones that belong to highly privileged accounts. Promoting zero trust. Once we've applied all the hardening steps discussed, you'll notice that we're able to patch many of the vulnerabilities that we initially exploited to get root. In terms of the attack methodology discussed earlier, at least, we're back in the web shell that served as our initial foothold in the system, accessible as a result of a Jenkins implementation that assumes full trust within the environment. As such, it is fitting that the last hardening step we apply in the server is one that promotes zero trust. Instead of opening up the workings of the platform to everyone in the environment, this change will allow just those who have access to the platform in the admin panel to proceed to Jenkins home directory using command cd var lib Jenkins. Here you will see two versions of the Jenkins config file, config.xml and config.xml.ac. Fortunately for us, the administrators kept a backup of the original configuration file before the implementations of the current one. As such, it would be more straightforward for us to revert it back to the original by removing the comments in the XML file. For reference, the comment syntax is signified by an exclamation tac right after the opening bracket and tac right before the closing bracket. Anything in between is commented out. Favorite text editor, access the config file. So come back here. So cd/var/lib/jenkins less. So as we can see here, so ls we're looking for, so if I do config, that shows us both of them. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to do bi again, config.xml. As we can see, that's in Jenkins home workspace item full name item Hudson. So go back. We're going to exit out of that. And we're going to bak dot. Okay. Got all of this. Full trust has no place. Security. Nice. So what we can end up doing for this, to be able to implement this, is to pretty much remove the previous backup, or sorry, remove the previous file, remove the for both authorized strategy and security realm. So if we come here, so security realm. So, yeah, now we're in. So, insert, delete, and, oh, okay, I see. Never mind, we don't need to move the here. Delete. So it should it uncomments out all that so that this all gets implemented. So authentication strategy. So that's up here. Wow. There we go. So now that we've done that, go in and copy this because also now that we've done that, Shift ZZ, and I just realized my music got paused. Back up. Christmas. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, so if we hit exit button, Shift ZZ, it's now saved. And if we do remove config.xml, and then we are going to go, you gotta do sudo. Okay. And then we're gonna do sudo cp for copy config.that config again, but this time we're gonna drop the back. And so now if we hit ls again, ls, but this time we're looking at that, and we can see now we have those files again. So now that we have that, sudo system GTL restart Jenkins, and it could be jenkins.service or just doesn't matter. Give that a moment to restart. Once it does, once that's done, you'll see that unlike before, the inner workings of Jenkins are not accessible. It should be noted here that the fresh install of Jenkins or a login page by default. So if we actually go back to, oh, look at that. Oh, we got an error. What did I do? Something up. Back here. Oh. It's still doing it? Man, this takes a... I'll restart Jenkins. Should be noted here that the fresh installed Jenkins features login page by default. So, well, that's doing that. I'm pretty sure that. Okay, I did something. Unscrewed something up. So we'll go C. We're gonna mess with the config. So we're authentication strategy. Through security realm class. Hudson realm. True false. Remember me. So it should be yeah. What we're gonna do a little copy paste, which is the exact same command. But I don't know why it's hanging up. So hopefully we don't need any flags from that because it's hanging up on me. So defense layers don't need to be flashy. I do apologize for the train noise. Probably gonna. There's another one. You can accomplish a lot with one-liners and simple implementations of security best practices. This is exactly what we have done throughout this task, addressing a specific exploitable vulnerability each time. This task is a simple demonstration of how it works in the real world. Each hardening step adds a defensive layer, and these layers work together to make a more defensible environment. It's a lot like the Swiss cheese model. Like, yes, there's holes, and they could get in those holes, but the fact that it's once you get in there, then they're blocked by more cheese, basically. So, let's see. Exploit 1 or 2, and you're still relatively defensible. That's because the next layer is there to make it harder for the bad actors to succeed getting what they want. Defense in depth doesn't stop here, though. The next step is setting up tools and sensors that would give your defense team visibility over your environment, the output of which can be used to create automated detection mechanisms for suspicious behaviors. But that's a decision or discussion for another time. So, great work, team, says McHoneybell, her eyes gleaming. Oh, Jenkins failed to because it did. Oh, sudo system etl status Jenkins. So it's loaded, paused, Hudson failed to load. So go sudo system ctl start. Okay, that is stopped. So it's having issues with it. So, okay. Her eyes gleaming with pride. We've laid down the foundations of a robust defense, but remember, this is just the beginning. The cyber world is ever evolving, and so must we. Stay sharp, stay curious. The team nods, a sense of accomplishment and readiness evident in their postures. They are no longer just reacting. They are anticipating, ready to tackle whatever challenges lay ahead. The ever-changing cyber terrain. McHoneybell grabs her jacket, thoughts already on the next challenge. Tomorrow, we rise again. For now, rest well, team. You've earned it. Awesome job. So evidently Jenkins just does not want to start. I don't know what's going on with it. But my config file is proper. Like, look, it kicked me out of that. So, which, I mean, that's a good sign. Yes, I probably didn't need backup, but whatever. What is the default port for Jenkins? That was 8080. What is the password for Tracy? So we got that right here, and that was in before. So that. What was the root flag? That we did not get. What is the error message when you log in as Tracy and try the sudo tackl? So if we go back to Tracy, that is this right here. I explained that before, so let's that. So the root flag, there was something we missed. So now the real question, what's the root? So let's go cd /home ls. That's admin. So what's the root flag? Take a look. Oh, your key not so secrets. Update. So we were root. So let's go to cd/root sudo cd root. Well, yeah. Man not found. It is. Slash cd sudo issue cd/root ls cat flag. So they were anticipating easy root without ID. So control. So basically, I should have went there when I had root access, but I didn't. So that's why. So we ended up getting those. And if you enjoyed this room, check out the SOC level 1 path. I am slowly working. I put that on hold to take care to do this, but I have been working on my write-ups for the SOC level 1, and I plan on getting back to them in the new. So we're gonna exit. So we're back on this. We're gonna terminate that machine. We're gonna open up the next day. Roll. Day 13. So start up this machine. Intrusion detection. Through the pots. Through the walls. Till the snow drop off these. Yep. That's all I'm going. Okay, so attack box, VM, SS. The proposed merger and suspicious activities have kept all teams busy and engaged, so that the best festival company's systems are safeguarding against malicious attacks. McSkitty assigns the B team, led by Mick Honeybell, to research and investigate mitigation and proactive security. The team's efforts will be channeled into the company's defensive security process. You are part of them, a security researcher tasked with gathering information on defense and mitigation efforts. In today's task, you will learn to understand incident analysis through the Diamond model, identify defensive strategies that can be applied to the Diamond model, and learn to set up firewall rules and a honeypot as a defense strategy. So before we move on, and so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna SSH to this machine. Using the SSH credentials below to access the VM, we're gonna go SSH Van Twinkle Frostling from the other one. Darn it. Her password, so we want to accept the fingerprint there. The password is Polestar. Alright. So we're in, so we'll clean that up. Now that we're in. Oh my god. So now that we're in, intrusion detection and prevention is a critical component of cybersecurity aimed at identifying and mitigating threats. When set up early, intrusion detection becomes a proactive security measure. However, in our story, the Best Festival Company has developed ways to improve their security. Given the magnitude of the recent breaches, in this epic task, we'll embark on a thrilling journey through fundamental concepts, detection strategies, and application of the Diamond model of intrusion analysis in defensive security. Incident analysis. Consider the cyber threat events that have recently taken place with the Best Festival Company and Antarctic Crafts. We have identified clues and artifacts, but we're just to piece them together to lead us to the attacker. We need a framework to profile the attacker, understand their moves, and help strengthen our defenses. For the diamond model, TryHackMe actually has a room on this. I have it complete. The diamond model. Check out. Don't need that. The diamond model is a security analysis framework that seasoned professionals use to unravel the mysteries of adversary operations and identify the elements used. It comprises 4 core facets, interconnected to form a well-orchestrated blueprint of the attacker's plans. So, right here. Adversary, victim, infrastructure, capabilities. Adversary, structure, victim. We'll wield the knowledge we gained from the previous days of Advent of Cyber to unlock the secrets hidden within these core adversary. In our exciting storyline, we have discovered a suspected insider threat causing trouble within the Best Festival company, interfering with the proposed merger with Antarcticrafts. This individual, who we've called the adversary operator, is not just an ordinary troublemaker. They are a clever attacker or malicious threat actor responsible for cyber attacks or intrusions. Adversary operators can be individuals or an entire organization aiming to disrupt the operations of another. That's not the only type of adversary. The adversary customer is another integral player in this grand scheme. They are the one who reaps the rewards from the cyber attack and can consolidate the efforts of various adversary operators. Picture this: a collection of adversaries working together to orchestrate widespread security breaches, just like the enigmatic Advanced Persistent Threat Actor, or APT. And that goes to NIST. So that goes to the NIST definition. Victim. This is none other than the target of the adversary's wicked intentions. It could be a single individual or domain, or an entire organization with multiple network and data assets. Best Festival Company finds itself at the mercy of these adversaries, and we must shield them from further harm. Infrastructure. Every adversary needs tools. They require software or hardware to execute their malicious objectives. Infrastructure represents the physical and logical interconnections that an adversary employs. Our story takes an interesting twist as we uncover the USB drive that Tracy McGreedy cunningly plugged in, disrupting Santa's meticulously, wow, I'm just awful today, meticulously crafted plans. But beware, adversary infrastructure can be owned and controlled by adversaries and even intermediaries like service providers. Capabilities. And what about capabilities? Or what capabilities these adversaries have? What skills, tools, and techniques they employ? Here we shine a light on the tactics, techniques, and procedures, or TTPs. That shape adversaries' devious endeavors. Intruders or adversaries may employ various tactics, techniques, and procedures for malicious activities. Some examples include phishing. Adversaries may use deceptive emails or messages to trick individuals into revealing sensitive information or clicking on malicious links. Exploiting vulnerabilities. Adversaries can exploit weaknesses or vulnerabilities in software systems or networks to gain unauthorized access or perform malicious actions. This was very well showcased on AOC Day 10, where we covered SQL injection as one of the techniques. Social engineering. This involves manipulating individuals through psychological technique or tactics to gain unauthorized access or obtain confidential information. Malware attacks. Adversaries may deploy malicious software such as viruses, worms, or ransomware to gain control over systems or steal data. Insider threats. This refers to individuals within an organization who misuse their access privileges to compromise systems, steal data, or disrupt operations. Denial of service or DOS attacks. Adversaries may overwhelm a target system or network with excessive traffic or requests, causing it to become unresponsive or crash. So, defensive diamond model. But fear not, for we shall not be mere observers in this cosmic battle. We will harness the power of the diamond's model components, particularly capabilities and infrastructure for our defensive endeavors. We will forge the best festival company into a formidable defender, no longer a hapless victim. Defensive capabilities. It is said that defense is the best offense. In the quest for protecting against adversaries, the best festival company must equip itself with powerful defensive capabilities. Two key elements of this are threat hunting and vulnerability management. Threat hunting is a proactive and iterative process led by skilled security professionals who actively search for signs of malicious activities or security weaknesses within the organization's network and security or systems. Goodness, I really can't talk today. Organizations can detect adversaries early in their attack life cycle by conducting regular threat hunts. Threat hunters analyze behavioral patterns, identify advanced threats, and improve incident response, developing predefined hunting playbooks and fostering collaboration among teams during a systematic and efficient approach to threat hunting. Vulnerability management is a structured process of identifying, assessing, prioritizing, mitigating, and monitoring vulnerabilities in an organization's systems and applications.
I play like that.
Somebody had to come barging in about video. So, where was I? Prioritizing, mitigating, and monitoring vulnerabilities in an organization's system and applications. Regular. There we go. But he just got home. Okay. So, regular vulnerability scanning helps identify weaknesses that adversaries could exploit, prioritizing vulnerabilities based on their severity and potential impact. Promptly patching or remedying vulnerabilities and maintaining an up-to-date asset inventory is essential. Continuous monitoring, integration with threat intelligence feeds, and periodic penetration testing further strengthen the organization's security posture. Meanwhile, reporting and accountability provide visibility into security efforts. By integrating threat hunting and vulnerability management, organizations can proactively defend against adversaries, detect threats early, and reduce the attack surface. These defensive capabilities form a solid foundation for incident response and ensure the best possible defense for the best festival company. Defense infrastructure. The best festival company will construct their bastion of defense. Checking, I thought I heard somebody else come in. Fortified with tools and infrastructure to repel cyber attacks. Layer upon layer of hardware and software will be deployed, ranging from infrastructure or intrusion defense and prevention systems to robust anti-malware solutions. The objective is to impede attackers by limiting their options to predetermined paths and disrupting their malicious actions with increased noise. This strategy serves as a deterrent to the attacker, making it more difficult for them to carry out their intended activities and provide an opportunity for detection and response. By implementing this approach, organizations can strengthen their cyber security posture and reduce the risk of successful attacks. And in this section, we're going to guide Van Twinkle on her quest to understand two essential components of defense infrastructure: mighty firewalls and cunning honeypots. Firewall. The mighty firewall is a guardian of the network and a sentinel of cybersecurity. This network security device stands vigilant, monitoring and controlling the ebb and flow of incoming and outgoing network traffic. With its predetermined security rules, a firewall can repel a wide range of threats, from unauthorized access to malicious traffic, and even attempts to breach sensitive data. Firewalls come in many forms, including hardware, software, or a combination. Their presence is vital. Their presence is vital, a cornerstone of any cybersecurity defense structure, and the following are common types of firewalls that exist. Stateless/packet filtering. This firewall provides the most straightforward functioning by inspecting and filtering individual network packets based on the set of rules that could point to a source or destination IP address, ports, or protocols. The firewall doesn't consider any context of each connection when making decisions, and effectively block denial of service attacks and port scan. Stateless inspection. This firewall is more sophisticated. It is used to track the state of a network connection and use this information to make filtering decisions. For example, if a packet being channeled to the network is part of an established connection, the stateful firewall will let it pass through. However, the packet will be blocked if it is not part of an established connection. Proxy service. This firewall protects the network by filtering messages at the application layer, providing deep packet inspection and more granular control over traffic content. Firewall can block access to certain websites or block the transmission of specific types of files. WAF, Web Application Firewall. This firewall is designed to protect web applications. WAFs block common web attacks such as SQL injections, cross-site scripting, and denial of service attacks. Next-gen firewall. This firewall combines the fundamentals of the stateless, stateful, and proxy firewalls with a feature such as intrusion detection and prevention and content filtering. For the remainder of the task, we will focus on one application of a stateful inspection firewall in the form of uncomplicated firewall, or UFW. And I've used UFW on my own systems. I thoroughly enjoy it, and it's very good. So we're in here, so we're just going to go UFW status. You need to be root. Oh yeah, I always forget about that. Sudo UFW status and twinkle star. So it's currently inactive. So initially turned off. We don't currently have any rules, so we can define default rules to allow or block traffic. These can be set to deny all incoming connections and allow outgoing connections. So sudo UFW default allow outgoing. So for the status, we're going to go allow outgoing. Say default allow outgoing. Default outgoing policy changed to allow. Be sure to update your rules accordingly, which we will get to. And so we're also going to go deny incoming. I hope. Which actually, yeah, it shouldn't yet because we didn't implement them. Additionally, we can add or modify and delete rules by specifying an IP address, port number, service name, or protocol in this example. We can add a rule to allow legitimate incoming connections to port 22, which would allow connectivity via SSH. We should get 2 confirmation messages indicating that the rules have been implemented for IPv4 and IPv6. So we do sudo UFW allow 22 TCP. Bam. So, firewall rules can get more complicated, incorporating specific IP addresses, subnets, and even specific network interfaces. So, what we're going to do is we're going to deny this. So, sudo UFW deny from 192.168.100.25. And if we do that, it's going to add it. And we're going to go sudo UFW deny in. So what the previous one did is we're denying any traffic coming from 192.168.100.25. Now we are denying any inbound traffic on etho or eth 0 from 192.168.100.26. We've added that. So we're denying any traffic that's trying to that's on eth 0 from that address. So once we have all these in to be able to start them up and use the new rules, we go sudo UFW enable. I'm going to say, do you want to proceed? It could disrupt SSH connections, which it shouldn't because we already have SSH to be allowed. So now that it is, let's do sudo UFW status. That gives you just the quick, if you do it the way that they have it in there and do verbose, it gives you a little bit more in depth. So logging on low, default deny incoming, allow outgoing, disable, new profile skip. And then we have our TCP to allow in anywhere, and for the IPv6, same thing. And to anywhere on eth0, deny incoming traffic from these addresses. So that's what that. So let's hit Control L to clear that out. What happens if the rules are incompletely or incorrectly configured? We can reset the firewall again and revert it default state and be able to configure the refresh. So sudo UFW reset. Yep. Bam, everything's reset. At this point, Van Twinkle has a much deeper understanding of how to set up and configure firewall rules to help Honeybell implement Santa's defenses. So, now we're going to get into honeypots. This is another integral piece of infrastructure in the world of defense security. Picture a trap laid for the attacker, a mirage of vulnerability tempting them away from the true treasures. Behold, the honeypot. A honeypot is a cybersecurity mechanism, a masterful deception. It presents itself as an alluring target to the adversaries, drawing them away from the true prize. Honeypots come in various forms: software applications, servers, or entire networks. They are designed to mimic legitimate traffic, yet they are under the watchful control of the defender. For the best festival company, envision a honeypot masquerading as Santa's website, a perfect replica of the real one. Honeypots can be classified into two main types. Low interaction honeypots. These honeypots artfully mimic simple systems like web servers or databases. They gather intelligence on attacker behavior and detect new attack techniques. Or high interaction honeypots. These honeypots take deception to heights, emulating complex systems like operating systems and networks. They collect meticulous details on attacker behavior and study their techniques to exploit vulnerabilities. To demonstrate how to set up a honeypot, we use a tool called NTBox, which has already been installed on the VM. So if we go cd home box ls, there it is. Launch the tool via the directory demonstrated below. So to do that, we'll just sudo box. Oh, oops, CD box ls will be .rb. Oh, it's written in rupee. ntbox.rupee. So we run it. Look at that. So let's. So what are we looking? Launch the tool via the directory demonstrated below. Select option 2 for network tools and follow with option 3 to install HoneyPot. So option 2. And we want to set up a HoneyPot. You must run Penti as root privileges. Ah, crap. Sudo. Oh, those. So we want 2 for network, 3 for HoneyPot. Okay. Already did. Okay. So when we select the options to set up the HoneyPot, choose to set up an auto configuration or a manual configuration. The manual configuration offers more options to allocate which port to open and custom message for the HoneyPot to display. Accompanying these options, log data will be collected and displayed on the terminal for every intrusion encountered. With the active HoneyPot, we can attempt to collect the VM or connect to the VM by navigating to the attack box browser. You should see custom message crafted from the HoneyPot. Once connected, the intrusion will trigger an alert on the HoneyPot and a log will be created showing the attacker's IP. So we're gonna do manual configuration. Insert the port. I'm gonna go. Oh, this. I'm doing 444. Insert false message. So Anna has gone for the holidays. Tough luck. Let's just copy that. Save logs with intrusion. Bet you. Log file name. Patient. So going through. Activate beep sound intrusion. Sure, why not? Got all the bells and whistles. So now it's activated. So let's go. Copy this. SSH. Because I've been doing the other one. The Grinch. Four. Self host name. So when okay. So after learning about firewalls, so trying to connect to it, it's supposed to. Okay, so when we're doing this, yeah. I want to. I can port using SSH. So it should just be. Yeah, I know the command. Ah, it is TACP. TACP 124. Oh, connection closed by the remote. Look at that. It caught us. Intrusion detected. SSH, Debian 2. So, yep, see it tried to catch us. Ta-da! Which, the reason why it closed is we actually don't have I reset it, setting all the rules is installed. This may disrupt it. It should actually, yeah, it should have let me through. Whatever. So, okay. Let's scroll down here. You can deploy the firewall rules by executing rules.sh. After learning about the firewalls on honeypots, Van Twinkle puts knowledge into practice and sets up a simple web server to be hidden behind some firewall rules. You can deploy the firewall rules by executing the Van Twinkle script in the directory. Your task is to update the firewall rules to expose the website to the public and flag. Okay, so Control Z. So we're gonna go CD ls. So then we're gonna go Van, run that, sudo Van. Bam. And may disrupt. Sure, why not? Firewall is active and an startup. So we're gonna let's go. Okay, so which security model is being used to analyze the breach? That's to be the diamond model. What defense capability is used to actively search for signs of malicious activity? That would be intrusion detection. Spell that right. Signs of that would be structured vulnerability management. Diamond model capabilities. That would be so. The defense which defense capability is used to actively search for signs of activity? Okay, that is one of these. So which is capability? So actively searching. Which keep adversary victim abilities these adversaries have. Better threat. Defense capability. I'm guessing that they mean threat hunting. I thought they were talking about. I don't even. There we go. So yeah. What are our main two infrastructures focused? Answer format. Gotta put the. What are our two infrastructure focuses? So that would be firewall and honeypots. Oh, hey, we're doing good. Which firewall command is used to block traffic? Deny. There's a flag in one of the stories. Can you find it? In stories. Okay, so let's do sudo ufw status. So allow 80. So what if I go? 21, 80, 88. So what if we do sudo ufw allow 88. Princess, it's probably gonna say no, it says allowed. So we do want to go, let's see, sudo w tech h. That is gonna give us, run it again. See it. So reload firewall. So if I do reload the firewall, firewall's been reloaded. Oh. 80. Sudo uw status. Give allow. Let's give 890. Reload. Go. 90. That about task is to update the firewall rules to expose the website public and find the hidden flag. So right now, what if I do this? Go that and curl. See that we got. So curling it. So it appears that it's up. It's taking a while for that. Doesn't change. So let's do that. But let's grep. And as we can see here, how this is gonna, let's just grep for right there. Here we go, found it. Together with the elves, you ensured that all the digital presence were protected from malicious malware and crafted vital encryption keys, with important one being hot balls for that over here. So basically what that was is, let's find the flag on the website once the firewall rules have been up. So I've updated the firewall rules. It was just, wonder if I just now. So we're gonna go 80, 90. Got that. It's just strange that I can pull that up via this. Curl it, not coming up. So, but I'm able to rep. So it looks like go sudo ufw status verbose. Let's do that again. So allow all incoming, allow all outgoing. So allow in, deny in, allow in, right here, deny. So actually, when I did this, I should have done TC. Did you see that? Even though I didn't reload those rules, let's go sudo ufw reload. So that was hilarious. That did that as soon. So let's reload the firewall rules. They have been reloaded. This should. Oh, let's see. Challenge, events party. Right there's the elf who lost his encryption. Posted by Xblog by the press. Okay. Oh, that's the. So it's just these three. So okay. So there we go. Gotst it. Oh, there we go. Like that. Cool. Control-C will shut that down. So just like that, we finished it. We've done good. We've done good, everybody. Good job. And I got 2 more tasks, which I'm not doing today. But I'll probably do one tomorrow on my lunch, and then try and get the other 2 done. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. There we go. If I can find the right screen. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. Thank you for Secure Point Solutions sponsoring, and I shall see